And Manja Soul was like, yo, I'm gonna keep it simple and clean. I'm like, well,
Ah,
technically, she can say that. This is Square Enix.
that's true. They could.
She really could say that, yeah.
But they have like Utada on
Nah,
there. All the
for woo, if they had you,
do it.
well, that's some money though.
Are you ready to post a quest? It's about that time. Let's go.
Wrong answer, man. FOMO.
Boom. Yeah. So
Everybody, what killed the Splatoon? The Foamstars.
the Foamstars. Jeez.
Yeah, there's an actual dude that liked our post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're really.
bot.
He's a relishing. Oh yeah, the nerd dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how it starts.
The
That's how
nerd
revolutions begin. One
Right.
nerd at a time.
guy. Intuitive Haze is the guy's name. Yo, dude, if you're listening, man, appreciate the like.
Yeah, appreciate the like, for sure.
There's more where that came
There's
from.
more,
Well.
more posts to be, more quests to be posted.
Indeed.
For real. But yeah, but we're liking Foamstars. I think we unanimously agree that this game's pretty fun. At first, I had my reservations on it because of just lack of playing it, and I think that happens to a lot of people, especially when they see the presentation and everything, and like how bright everything is and the colors and all that. And it's an ADD fest, you know. It's like, wow, there's so much to see. But you know, some of the character designs I think have taken inspiration off of other free to play games. You know, but yeah, all in all, man, it's fun. It's cool. Like the competition behind it is like strong. You know, the people have
Yeah.
already started learning how to, you know, make these players basically their own and putting the teams together of the four different characters that you can play as. You know,
Yeah,
they're
we saw some tactics that people had come up with. Like today, there was the first time I saw that we were playing, and they on the Las Vegas stage in Smash the Star,
yeah.
and some people had figured out to jump on top of the rolling ball.
Mm-hmm.
So there was like two or three of them up from one team on top of the ball, and they would just come around spraying foam.
Dang.
And then one guy would come
Spraying
around and just
everyone.
surf in. It was a wide angle beam of foam spray. So it's like, oh, you know, so like if you don't know to look for that, you're going about your business, you know, trying to lay foam on the ground, and then here they are coming on from up high, and it's like, oh, people
Oh,
figuring out strategies.
yeah. There's definitely some strategizing going on and some like real devious schemes, man, being brewed.
Yeah,
some people
and
have
some,
been
and there are butts that are getting hurt.
butts butts that are getting foamed on.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no!
Oh no, it's the game over.
Oh my.
Damn,
For real.
air butts just. But it's it's a cool game, man. I like the fact that you know the character selection's pretty wide as far as like what they were showing and what they let you play with this beta. Sadly, this is the last day for it, being
Yeah.
tonight being Sunday night. But I mean, I don't know. Are they gonna go free to play with this thing, or is it gonna be, you
I
know,
don't
purchase?
know. You know, I don't think they've actually announced yet because pre-orders aren't open or anything. So,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. They could go free to play. If they do, that would be, I guess that would be nice. But, you know, I mean, it all depends on, you know, how much content there is. If it's just like the different modes and everything, because I presume they're not making like a single player thing about that. They would have said that by now, I would suppose. But it's possible that they might be going, you know, Apex Legends esque and just let it
Yeah.
go, which I think would probably be a good idea. You know,
Mhm.
lower barrier of entry, you get more people in,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Or I mean, they could have made it a PlayStation Plus game as well, but then
Yeah.
so since you'll need Plus to play it when it's online anyway,
Yeah.
so
Right.
it could have just been like it could just be like a permanent PS Plus game. But then
Mhm.
if that's the point, just to make it free to play.
Yeah, don't we
But
miss those days when you didn't need a subscription to play online with PlayStation?
I know.
It's
Nah,
like,
but nah,
why?
they didn't want it that way. They
No.
didn't want it.
We're looking at you, Rich. Anyway, but
Yeah.
but yeah, and then Kenpachi's been the star player. He's
For
been
real. He's been the Foamstar.
he has been sharing his favorite. What's your favorite character?
Agito, definitely. Soa is really cool too.
Yeah.
Jet Justice, but Agito's I'm a Agito main, definitely.
Like,
The shotgun, like the mixture of the shotgun and like he has the move where he kind of dives into the foam like a shark and he jumps out like that, being able to kind of cover that ground. And the shuriken, he throws like the shuriken will covers like a line of the foam for you to like, it's a little easier for you to travel instead of just kind of like shooting at the ground to get more foam. And he has like a blast, and that's a cool way to kind of like jump over the enemies, kind of a la Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 1, and catch
Yeah,
the line.
do that flip.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, but definitely Agito. I can see
You were
myself.
right about one thing, Kenpachi. The beta was short.
It was short. Hopefully, what I'm afraid of is different nerfs in buffs with some characters. You know, balancing. So it's possible that these characters that we're into now are not going to be as good, or maybe too OP. But we'll see.
Because that's one question. I'll just talk about my favorite character for a moment, but then I have a question for everybody. So like I started off with Ravebreaker, which I enjoyed. Then I played around with Soa for a little bit, and like Kenpachi was saying, Soa's good. Soa's very versatile. And then I played with Tronix for a bit of Tonix, I think.
Yeah, Tonix.
For a little bit. She's not bad once you learn her, but then I ended up going back to Ravebreaker because that foam stream, pardon my French, is just it's useful, man. It does a lot of work.
Yeah.
But the question is, did you guys feel like any one character was OP?
I kind of feel like they all had a little. They had balances, but they had a little bit of their like the main shot with the R2 was OP. I think a little bit on the barista guy. I forgot his name.
The Baristador.
Yeah, barista. Yeah, this dude. That's the one I'm playing as. And I think I'm gonna stick with him unless once they start unlocking the other characters later on. I'm gonna see what else they have in store for different types of play styles. But I like the Baristador guy, and I think his shot is a little bit OP. Like he'll foam up real quickly. There was somebody coming at me, and they were I think they were playing as Tronix, and they were like shooting at me, and they're jumping all around, and I'm just like full stream, and I wasted all my foam on them, and they just killed them quickly. So we were able to get that.
That crap is gummy.
So and it's stronger than who's that?
Stronger than before.
But these guys are nerds. They wouldn't listen to this show anyway, man. It's a bunch of nerds, man.
I could, believe it or not, I kind of feel like everybody is like, it's almost like a rock paper scissors thing when you're like head to head. Like it could really go either way.
Yeah.
Because somebody like Ravebreaker, like the constant stream,
Yeah.
hitting you,
Okay.
and then just getting blasted by Agis.
You too. They definitely have
Heavy
some
shield
They
warning
knew what they were doing.
for this
They
episode.
knew what they were
No, but
doing.
but I really feel like it could go either way.
Yeah, because I think with Tonics, the good thing about her shotgun thing is that you can charge it. And when you charge that thing up, it's almost instant foam. It's almost like instant foam state. So yeah, they kind of do like that can be like if used in the right context. Because like if you use it short and you avoid that first one, well then she ain't got nothing. You know, so like that's what I was getting at. Like I actually think they're pretty well balanced, at least as they are right now, or at least for the stages that they gave us too, and the modes, because
well,
there may be some stages that just exploit other attributes.
Well, his superstar move, Ruista's a little bit kind of crazy because you can aim it wherever you want.
Yeah.
And it's just like a lava flow of hot coffee that falls from the sky. So that one's pretty OP, but it does give you a warning because you're in the cone. You see the cone.
Yeah, you see it. Yeah.
You know, and then
I've
you
avoided it a few times.
To
Yeah.
be honest with you, I feel like that's good for like let's say if they're trying to gang up on the star player and they're kind of like in a spot, that's pretty good. Or if they're concentrated in an area like the stage where it's like the casino stage, kind of like where it's easier to kind of get everybody into like a corner. Like that's a perfect spot to use that.
It is. Or when you see them going in one direction and you want to make them go the other direction, you shoot it knowing that they're going to avoid it, but then you see your players on the other side trying to maybe get behind them or gang up on them. So you can use it as like as a trying to make a no-go zone so that they can just kind of like go just towards a different direction.
Yeah, you could always in a way you could kind of use that as like a shield to protect the characters, your teammates for a bit there.
Mm-hmm. That worked really well, but
it's useful.
What was his name? Jaguar.
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 That's Sanisa. Yeah. Anyway,
Jaguar.
Jaguar. Yeah, he has also some abilities, but yeah, like what we're saying, like it was none of them are really. There's not one that's like OP. You know, there's not one that everybody's playing that everyone wants to get their hands on, and you know, it seems like everybody in the lobby has been pretty much picking just like one character and sticking with it, and not just going for one character over the other because of moves and whatever. But they're balanced. It's a balanced game. It is.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
And what was interesting was the other mode that you unlock, Happy Bath Survival. Like when we first unlocked it, like it wasn't that fun, at least to me. But as I played it late, when I realized like there are certain, and that's what I was wondering about the balancing, because there are certain characters who seem almost made for it.
Yeah.
You know, like because there's two different phases to it. That throws a little wrench in there, because like I went in there thinking, all right, let me use Tonics because she got that the charged shotgun shot.
She got that,
and that's really good. She got that boom boom pow, chicks jacking her style, Splatoon, jack her style. But which is good in the close quarters when you're in the the actual thing. But then when on the second phase, when I'm outside the arena shooting in, she wasn't as effective. And then Rave Breaker became extremely effective on the outside. So I'm like, oh, like it's like I said, they're balanced off. There's it's like poetry, so that they rhyme. Because one part works.
This quote.
Always. It's in the blood.
I cannot stop seeing that neck fat just flapping in the wind, dude. Every time you say that quote.
The jowls.
Man, jeez. It's like a hydrogen balloon. Anyway, the Jabba
the Hutt.
I know he is Jabba the Hutt. But Jesus Christ. But yeah, I mean, Jabba.
Yeah, Jabba no bother.
They wanna wanga.
God. Oh man, but it's man, we given it a review score on another level because it's just man, this game. I like I said in the beginning, I thought I was gonna just totally hate it, but after tonight's matches, it's pretty fun.
Yeah,
And they
yeah,
can go either
especially
way.
playing together.
Yeah, and then playing together is fun, and they can go either way. I mean, have we experienced any serious like connection issues or anything?
Mm, only
Sometimes.
only from rage quitters.
You know,
Oh yeah. Oh my
there's
god.
been moments where like we'll start a match and then it just won't stop loading and then it kicks us off.
True. Yeah, it'll say
I,
like matchmaking
yeah,
failed or
matchmaking
something.
failed. It has happened a
Mhm.
good bit. I would maybe chalk it up to just because it's the beta.
Yeah. I'm
You
trying to
know,
iron out the kinks.
Yeah,
yeah,
because technically, I know it says beta, but they advertise it as network test.
Hmm.
So I mean, I know they have to say beta because that's for that's what people will understand. But like
Hmm.
it's so that's why there's only two modes. That's why there's only a certain amount of characters. Because they weren't entirely. It wasn't like this is what we want you guys to experience the game and see what the game is. So much as they literally just want as much people on the servers as at once.
Yeah.
So from that perspective, that yeah, I say maybe like 2 out of 10 times we got like a network error or something.
Yeah.
Which wasn't too bad. But thankfully, like I don't think that maybe a handful of times did we like actually get disconnected mid game.
Yeah.
Like I know it's happened to me a couple times, but I'm pretty sure those were rage quits. And then it happened to me once organically where I did a jump move and I dropped myself into like the a no-go area, like the water pit that's in the middle of the or not in the middle, but inside the arena,
Yeah.
which is like an instant death. So I died, but then I spawned back right there, and then I was just stuck.
Huh.
And then eventually the game just cut. So I don't know if that was because like someone else quit or if we just like I broke the game at that point, but
Maybe.
that happened once.
It's going to be cool to see how this game does once it's officially released and it like what kind of weapons and stuff you can upgrade. And I mean, because it seems like there's like, going to be a long list of accessories
Customization.
and weapons
Yeah.
and customization and all that.
Ripe for the microtransactions.
For real. But that's like every game nowadays.
Yeah, I
It's like
mean, especially if it does end up being free to play, then what do you expect?
I'm hoping that it is free to play. I'm hoping that they do have like a starter kit for those who are interested enough like to want to pay for it.
Mm,
But if it were free to play, it would just be like fantastic. I think
yeah,
doing it that by that model will be more successful in the long run than just having get like a proper release. Even though I mean, what do you think it's going to be a $70 game? You think it's going to most likely be or a lesser game like
that's
30,
true.
$40.
If they were, that's the thing, right? It all depends on what content they put in because like it's that this what we played is great fun, but not a $70 game.
No.
You know, I don't even know if it's really a $20 game. Now there's more modes obviously than what
Yeah.
we played, but I don't know. But I guess maybe I need to look up for more interviews because I can't get a good grasp on what the developers are saying that they want this game to be, and I think it's because they
Mhm.
haven't said.
Yeah.
But I think more than I didn't expect it to be free to play, but it might be going that route because I just don't see how I just don't see like the amount of content they would have to add in to justify a purchase
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Because
that
if it's
would
just
yeah
if it's just multiplayer only, and it's going to be, it's going to have certain modes. There's no story. There's no campaign to follow. A story and a campaign would be silly, I think, at this point. But who knows?
yeah
I mean, they can just throw it in there um, to justify the purchase, but no one's gonna want to do that. And then the internet will literally tear this game
Yeah,
apart, and
which is interesting
they will.
because on the one hand, like I've made the comparison to Apex Legends before, which also launched free to play, and on the one hand that was fine, but on the other hand you have Splatoon, which is a boxed, full priced game, at least on the Switch
Yeah,
at the time.
right.
And I mean, it does have quote unquote single player and other, like non-online competitive stuff to do in the game.
Mhm.
So, it's like while so the both models clearly are successful and can be successful. But like you said, the internet will tear this game apart if it costs anything.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Splatoon be like, yeah,
Right,
throw the
right.
day over there, wait for
Right.
Splatoon. But
Right.
nevertheless, so I'm leaning towards the free to play side
Mhm.
for because even if you do a $20 game, if you're gonna do a $20 game, you might as well make it free to play and just put more microtransactions. But
That'll help it longevity wise, and then just to keep it away from the freaks, online who want to cannibalize it. But then,
yeah,
but then you think about like a game like Splatoon. I feel like if this game were to go free to play, I think Splatoon next year will have a free to play. Nintendo.
I don't think so because Nintendo don't care. And I mean, and the thing here's the part, right? The complainers only exist on PlayStation, or at least in on PC and Xbox and PlayStation. The complainers apparently don't exist on Nintendo platforms. So they're on the third Splatoon, and they paid for all three of them. No one's made any major complaints. Oh, this game should be free to play. So
Right. Or it should be on everything.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Yeah, no one says this should be on everything. No one complains about anything. So as long as it's on Nintendo, it's exempt from criticism. So
Right.
I don't think that Nintendo would be moved to do anything.
Right. Dang, like Kenpachi's like sitting there like sweating, like destroying the show.
I'm over here making sure my Switch volume is down while playing Splatoon. To be honest with you, I would prefer if this was free to play. I think if it's free to play and if they went kind of like the Apex Legends route, or where they kind of, or like Fall Guys, where you could buy things or unlock things, I think it would be a I kind of feel like it'd be like an easier pill for people to swallow, as opposed to it being like, all right, this game's like, $60-$70. And then people are gonna be like, I'm not gonna pay this much for like a Splatoon clone or whatever people want to say. And so I think I think if it's free to play, then people can kind of just try it with no kind of like no strings attached,
Yeah.
And then just kind of like, I don't know, it just feels a little bit more of like a free to play game. And then maybe they'll kind of get people to stay on for potential crossovers, or costumes and stuff like that, other Square Enix characters or whatever, especially with like Rebirth coming out,
Yeah. Oh man.
So I don't know. I mean, okay, personally, I wouldn't mind paying to play it, but I think for maybe longevity's sake, I think maybe if they did free to play, it might be a little better.
It might be the wise choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like you can definitely see the types of skins, and like the types of like different gun modifications, and like wraps for your guns, and then the characters and all that. So like someone's like, nah, man, I'm not paying $30 for this game, man. And Splatoon was like $40, and it has more content and all this stuff. Meanwhile, you look at his catalog of like games on PS5, PS4, and the dude's like spent like thousands of dollars on Apex Legends already. You know, buying the
For real.
little custom
whale.
and emojis and the whale, right? So I mean, it's funny how like you can have somebody say, no, I ain't paying $30 for this because up front I don't want to get into that, and then over time you have a free to play model, and over a year or two you'd be spending some serious money on
people drop
customizations.
a couple hundred.
Yeah,
Like
people still
Fortnite
playing.
too.
Yeah, people playing Fortnite. I was going to mention that, and drop thousands of dollars on Fortnite stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Genshin Impact too. Genshin Impact Genshin Impact made like $1 billion.
And that's not. Yeah, and that's not.
Right.
Yeah, that's not because people hate the gacha game model.
For real.
Scam game.
Or if they do, they don't hate it enough.
Exactly. But that's crazy. But yeah, man, Foamstars is out of the beta, and when it comes out, I should say, not it's out. Oh wait, hold on, it's out.
Wait, it's out. Go now.
Go.
Run.
Go now.
Stealth drop while we weren't supposed to say it.
Dang.
Like, can you imagine? Oh dang, we weren't supposed to say it. We're in hot water now.
Like that's the last time we trust postal quests.
I know, right? No more freebies for you.
Freebies for you. Yeah, I could see them maybe launching it, April or March, maybe after Rebirth,
Yeah, I hope after Rebirth we can't survive.
But you think they actually care about us? I mean, they're gonna launch that thing. They're gonna launch it before Rebirth.
Well, I wonder.
Dang.
Because here's
The
what
night
I was
before
thinking
Rebirth.
too, right?
The
The
night
night before.
Rebirth.
They say early 2024, right? For release. Now, to me, of course, like looking at the pattern of the Battlefront games, of course, and I don't remember us playing any other. Well, even Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Even Monster Hunter. So when there was network tests for these games, like it wasn't far off from the release date. Like when we played the network test for Battlefront, I think there may have been like maximum 2 months before release.
Right.
And same with and Monster Hunter World's demo was like maybe like 2 or 3 weeks before release. If I remember,
I remember that.
maximum a month.
I feel like it was a little further out because there was
The
two demos
reason-
for World.
Yeah.
Remember? There was like the one with like Anjanath and all that, and then they had like a Nergigante one. Remember?
All right, because the reason I say I thought it was closer was because I remember when I played it, I didn't know what weapon to use, and I wasn't really enjoying it. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna end up going with Dragon Ball Fighters.
So I remember that.
They came out like the same day, so I feel like it wasn't long after that I bought Fighters, or at least pre-ordered it. So I felt like it had to have been close to release, but I mean, I could be wrong. It could have been like December.
Yeah.
Sure.
Speaking of Fighters,
But
I
either way,
haven't
like-
booted that game up in a long time.
Neither I. I mean, it's Roy to talk about nothing like what it was at launch.
Yeah.
You can't play online unless you're like forget it. You're just getting murdered. But I digress.
Because I remember when I went to the release, when I went to the midnight release for Monster Hunter, they were playing Fighters at the GameStop, and that was getting launched at the same time.
Yeah, they came out the same day.
Yeah.
But I guess the demo was out. So, but I feel like my point is, I feel like it was close. So I'm wondering, like, how is it that they're doing a network test now, but we don't know the release date? You know,
I mean,
I mean,
stuff
like,
like this
do you
reminds me-
test servers that early?
Right.
Yeah.
Honestly, this kind of makes me feel like that's probably why it may. I mean, it could very, very well be like a $40-$30 game, but this makes me feel like it'll be probably digital only, maybe free to play. If not, maybe AA title prices.
Yeah.
I
Remember
don't see this being
disc-
AAA prices.
Remember when we were playing Disc Jam?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, or Wing Jammers. Was it
Wing
this one?
Jammers?
No, well, both. Those are two.
Both?
Because we played
Yeah,
Wing
Wing-
Jam,
Wing
but we also played
Disc Jam as well. Disc Jam. Disc Jam was fun. I mean, but I hope this game doesn't like follow that path where it just disappears into obscurity. Like hopefully with Square Enix behind it, it'll go further and it'll just continue on and evolve and grow and get better and have a
the real test. The real test,
Yeah.
because this network test was PS5 only. The real test will be, what does a PS4 game play like? Because I mean, in terms of like performance, I feel like there may have been like frame drops or something to like when things got really foamy and really crazy.
Foamy.
But like, for the most part, it was all right. And I
Yeah.
mean, again, expectations weren't terribly high for a network test. But this is PS5.
Yeah.
What is it going to be like on PS4? Like,
Right.
will it still be? I mean, I think it's 60 frames per second, right? Like, I think I didn't get a 30 frames feel from it, but I mean, I don't know. I didn't see an FPS. There wasn't like a performance mode to choose from either.
Mhm.
But
I kind of feel it's like in between 60 and 30. It's like hovering in between there. Like it's like 40,
maybe in the 45s,
somewhere
high
around
50s,
there.
maybe.
Yeah.
Especially
We-
with the foaming up.
Yeah, we got a tweet at John Lenneman at Dark
That
Picture.
Joker. No, not the Dark Pictures is the anthology from Supermassive Games. At
Okay.
Dark X1 is John. Is John Lennon.
Well, either or, whichever one. We'll listen to their analyses of this game.
No, I don't even want to hear that guy open his mouth, not even in text form, because I can hear him already. He's like, "Oh, well, it just wasn't my type of game, so I didn't play around with this beta. I
I'm
just
not.
played Tune, and like I don't even want to hear it.
And I like
Don't
weird
even wanna hear
games,
it.
but
Yeah,
Games.
crazy.
I like
But yeah.
fan art.
yeah. So the PS4, I think the PS4 version will determine make or break how successful this game is. Because
Yeah.
PS4 has got the biggest install base. If you get people on PS4 playing this game
Mhm.
regularly, well, there you go.
Was the beta test
but-
just for PS5?
Yeah, it was only
Okay.
PS5.
Mm.
But
Maybe
the
the
game
next
is
one-
coming to PS4.
Maybe the next one we'll get is like cross gen.
That's possible. Now that you say that, that's true.
Mhm.
They may just do another network test with to test the cross play between PS4 and PS5, because that could also be an issue. Because if the game is 30 on PS4 and 60 on PS5, that kind of gives PS5 players an advantage. So we'll have to see how that goes.
It's possible
sure
that it
they're
may be
thought of it.
capped.
Yeah. They might cap it.
But I doubt that they would do the network test uncapped and then make the final game capped.
Yeah.
But
Well, between the cross gen, I mean, maybe the netcode compensates for if you're playing on PS4 or if you're playing on PS5, or I mean, they'll just roll down the resolution on PS4 to accommodate for the frame rate
To
of
I
the
was about to
PS5.
say, how do they do that with like Street Fighter 6?
With Street
Yeah.
Fighter 6, yeah. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because it's embedded in the netcode then.
yeah.
It could be
Street Fighter
something like
6
that.
is 60 in gameplay on PS4 online. So yeah, it's possible. They could do it.
Yeah. Well, they did it. Well, could you imagine is Mortal Kombat 1 also cross play with online?
I don't know if it's crossplay online.
Because what about the Switch players?
They're not playing Mortal Kombat 1.
Post the Quest show has been brought to you by gamers and anime freaks like you. Check us out on YouTube and subscribe for more content. If you'd like to reach out and post a quest for us, you can do so by sending us a message to questboard@postthequest.com. All music on this show is brought to you by Upbeat Music and sound effects for creators with no copyright issues. Let's get creative. And now an upbeat artist feature, Night Drift with Arrowhead.